Welcome to episode 3 in our series on Irish whiskey. We're here at Nullabar with Blue, and we're going to be talking about Glendalough. You're going to have to tell me how I actually pronounce this one.
Glendalough.
Glendalough?
Glendalough.
Glendalough.
Glendalough, yeah.
Glendalough.
Although it's a French person that's telling you how to pronounce an Irish name, so, you know.
Yeah.
Take it with a pinch of salt.
Alright, so if anyone wants to give us some phonetic spelling in the comments,
exactly,
that would be helpful.
So how a French person pronounced this name right would be Glendalough.
Glendalough, okay.
Glendalough 13, so this is the expression finished in a mizunara cask. Mizunara is Japanese oak, which is quite praised at the moment, but it hasn't been for a very long time. Japanese oak is not suited for whiskey making or for whiskey maturation in general.
Why is that?
Because the trees don't grow straight, so it's quite hard to make like barrel stoves out of it. It's also very porous, it's very high in tannins, and it leaks very easily. So it's very hard to actually be able to make a barrel out of it.
Everything that could possibly go wrong with making a barrel, that's what we get with Japanese oak.
Exactly. That's why also they're very expensive, because they're very rare, and it's an absolute art to make a Japanese oak barrel.
So you have to go through the art of making the barrel before you even start the art of making the whiskey.
I think there's very few cooperage that actually make Japanese oaks, Japanese oak barrels.
And what sort of flavors does that Japanese oak give to this whiskey?
So it's quite high in tannins, so you're going to get a little bit of dryness, you're going to get a lot of honey, cooked fruits as well. So there's very few distilleries outside of Japan that have made a whiskey finished in mizunara.
So that must make this really unique.
Yes.
So how does this compare to some other Japanese whiskeys?
In terms of style, it's actually quite similar. If you market yourself as a Japanese oak finish, you want something that's going to be slightly similar. Wait, let's try it.
I'm not going to argue with that.
It's a little bit more awkward to be talking about whiskey if you're not drinking it.
It's terribly awkward. Someone that likes Japanese whiskey, would this be a whiskey that they'd enjoy?
I think so.
That is quite intense. I can see what you're talking about when you say there are lots of tannins in it.
Exactly. So, and that's something that you don't necessarily think of when you think of Irish whiskey. It's that kind of like strong tannin.
Yeah. And again, you know, it's coming from someone that's my experience of Irish whiskey is Jameson. Yeah. This is not at all what I'd expect. But what's nice about this, and again, sort of comparing it to Japanese whiskey, is that it has kind of a rawness to it. One of the critiques I think a lot of people have about Japanese whiskey is it's almost too flawlessly executed, and it's just absolute perfection. There's nothing wrong with perfection, but sometimes there's something that just feels like it's missing, and I feel like this has that je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, I think that's...
You can help me with my pronunciation of that, probably.
Yeah, that one, fair enough. I think that's a great way to put it, like in terms of difference, because I don't want people neither to think that, oh, this is the Japanese whiskey of Ireland, because obviously Japanese whiskey is their own style, but it's a good bridge. It's a good bridge in between, and it's something you don't expect from Irish whiskey, and it's something that will, I think, bring a different value to Japanese oak as well, what you can do with Japanese oak.
I definitely would buy a bottle of that. In fact, I'll probably go home and buy one right now.
Oh, I wish. I wish everybody would drink this one.
Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more videos. The next in our Irish whiskey series is going to be Method and Madness.